Hello everybody and welcome to the first tournament simulation of Football Manager 2022. We kick things off with the 2021 African Cup of Nations in 2022. It was put back by a year because of the global pandemic, but now that has finally arrived. I hope that you enjoy. I am recording this intro after the tournament has actually been recorded and is all finished, but it has been an absolute cracker of a tournament with a few surprising results mixed into the whole thing. I hope you enjoy. So as mentioned in the introduction, this is the African Cup of Nations tournament simulation through Football Manager 2022. Now the tournament is actually due to kick off this coming weekend, so there's perfect timing and maybe even a foreshadowing of who could actually end up winning the African Cup of Nations. Don't quote me on that, this is just purely a simulation. But if you go on to enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button for future tournament simulations, including the 2022 World Cup, which will be coming up hopefully very shortly, if not at some point in the next few weeks. Now the way that this simulation is going to work, we're going to go through the end of the group stages, so who has actually progressed through the tournament, before going through each of the knockout rounds, the second rounds, the quarterfinals, semi-finals and the final itself, and picking one match from each round that we will view the highlights of, just to give us a taste of this tournament overall. But eventually we will crown ourselves an African Cup of Nations champion in the final match. So I hope that you enjoy, and now that we've gone through how this is going to work, let's get in to who progressed from the group stages. In Group A, Burkina Faso and hosts Cameroon are through to the knockout rounds in the top two, with Cape Verde joining them as one of the third best placed teams. Ethiopia are eliminated. Senegal and Guinea take the top two spots in Group B, with Zimbabwe qualifying as one of the best third placed teams. Malawi are eliminated with 0 points. In Group C, Morocco and Ghana are through in the top two, with Comoros and Gabon in particular having a poor tournament. They both are eliminated. Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau in Group D go through in the top two, with Egypt scraping through in third place as one of the third best placed teams. Sudan are eliminated. In Group E, the reigning champions Algeria and Ivory Coast take the top two spots. Equatorial Guinea and Sierra Leone are both eliminated. In Group F, Mali and the Gambia are both through to the knockout rounds, with Tunisia in third place. Mauritania are eliminated. So with the group stages out of the way, it is now time for the knockouts of the African Cup of Nations. And we're looking at some very tasty games here for the second round. I've already chosen the game, and there is one, if I can click on it, that I have chosen because it is such a heavyweight clash between two of Africa's powerhouse football nations, Cameroon and Ghana. This will be our feature game for the second round of the African Cup of Nations 2021. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the second round of the African Cup of Nations kicks off with Cameroon versus Ghana here. And like I said before, a clash of two heavyweight giants in African football, but one of them will be out today. Cameroon or Ghana? Who is it going to be? As there's a sea of green in the crowd. Effectively it is a home game. It is worth noting this tournament is being held in Cameroon, so it is the hosts against effectively the outsiders here, as there is going to be a sea of Cameroonian fans who will demand victory here today. And we start things off with a highlight for the Ghanaians as they look to build an attack here. Tapiti driving the ball forward on the right wing as he looks to put in a cross, and there is a ching pong, and it's a good chance for the Ghanaians very early on. Still got the ball here. Thomas into... oh, is that a penalty? No, it's a good clean tackle. Well done by Cameroon there. In fact, I should go through the team sheets as they are on the screen. One moment. So here is the starting 11 for Cameroon. Onana in goal. Oyongo, Gadouge in defence. Apologies for the bad pronunciation. Makudi alongside him in central defence. Fai at right back. Hongla in defensive midfield with Zambo Anguissa and Tamiz ahead of him in midfield. Choupo-Moting and Toko Ikambi on the wings, with Nasame up front for Ghana. Ziggy in goal. Dudziak, Salisu, Jiku and Kwateng as the defenders, Duncan as the ball-winning midfielder at the base of the midfield, with Kudus and Partey in midfield, Achimpong and Tepiti on the wings, with Akuban up front. Both teams are quite cautious, it seems, in their starting formations, both on a 4-3-3, very defensive-minded players at the base of the midfield as they try to counter each other in their respective attacks. Looks like we have a free kick here for Ghana. Duncan to be taking the free kick. How are they looking? And it's just off the woodwork for Ghana. They have come the closest so far to upsetting the Cameroonians. And the home fans must not be pleased with the showing on display so far. It's been a game of very few shots, as here come Cameroon coming forward for the first time in this game. And they're so close. A header from Choupo-Moting, but it is wide of the post. Almost at half-time here, and it looks like Duncan has another bite of the cherry. Same position for the free kick, and he has put it away! Alfred Duncan with a peach of a free kick to give the Ghanaians the lead on the stroke of half-time. Cameroon 0, Ghana 1, and the Cameroonian fans will not be happy at this one bit, and there's going to have to be some harsh words said at half-time for Cameroon. And just looking at the match stats, certainly Ghana have deserved their lead, a 1.52 XG, well ahead of Cameroon on a 0.47. It's been quite the dominant display by the Ghanaians in this match. By Makudi, playing it back to Onana. Playing it forward, and it hasn't quite found their main man up front as the Ghanaians yet again take possession. And it just feels like that's the story of the match. The Cameroonians just can't get a foot in this game. Chimpong. Ghana just playing with the freedom of Cameroon right about now. Very patient in their build-up, looking very comfortable, and that's a beautiful ball over the top. How did Tepiti get to that first? Oh, that's a howler from Onana, surely. He should surely have got that ball first. The ball over the top after just some great passing here by Ghana. Very patient in the build-up, and then just lobbed the ball over the top. Oh dear, Onana came out for the ball and just stopped at the very final second. Tepiti took full advantage. You have to say, what a finish. It was almost a tight angle, but Onana, questions have to be asked over him here because he should have got to that ball first. He came out, just stopped, and that was all Tepiti needed to finish off the move. 2-0 to Ghana. Cameroon look like they're heading out of their own tournament right about now. We have 10 minutes left of this match. Have the Cameroonians got an answer? They haven't looked like it all game thus far, and Ghana with another chance, as this is just sheer domination at this point. Cleared, but only as far as Paintstill. It's into Ekuban. I apologise for the poor name pronunciation. It doesn't matter. Ekuban has literally just finished off Cameroon 3-0 to Ghana now. The fans are surely going to be streaming out of the stadium. Clearly not. They're clearly just staying around, trying to push their team on, but it's to no avail. Ghana just looked the real deal, and I dare say they're going to be the heavy favourites to lift the African Cup of Nations. And just destroying the hosts on their own turf is a huge, huge statement for the Ghanaians, and that's going to be a penalty for Cameroon. It probably is too late, but could just restore some national pride, I suppose, for Cameroon, just to get at least one goal on the score sheet, and they do. Nasame scoring for Cameroon, unless this is going to be like the comeback of all comebacks. Ghana have got this one wrapped up though. 3-1, just a terrible display by Cameroon here, quite surprised by them so far. As we head into injury time, and that is going to be game, set and match. Cameroon bow out of their own tournament, Ghana into the quarterfinals and look to be the heavy favourites. And so the second round of the African Cup of Nations has been completed, and here are the final results for the round. As we saw, Ghana defeating Cameroon, demolishing Cameroon actually, 3-1, knocking the hosts out of their own competition. Senegal beating Cape Verde 2-1. Nigeria and Zimbabwe having a barn burner of a match, 4-3. All the goals coming in the first 30 minutes of the game, so who knows, the next 60 minutes might have been a bit boring, who knows. Egypt holding on for a 1-0 victory against Burkina Faso, despite going down to 10 men with 10 minutes to go. Morocco having a very good result against Tunisia. I would have bet on Tunisia going quite far in this tournament. I would have also bet on the Ivory Coast going quite far as well, but they have actually been knocked out by Mali on penalties after a 1-1 draw. Mali definitely an up-and-coming African footballing nation as it stands. They're also in with a chance of the 2022 World Cup qualification, so definitely Mali are a nation to watch, not just in this tournament but also in the future going forward. Also, Guinea-Bissau out to the current holders Algeria, who are looking to defend their title from 2019, and Guinea-Bissau smacking the Gambia 4-1 in a very impressive display. And that leaves us with just the 8 teams left in the quarter-finals. Ghana versus Nigeria, Senegal versus Mali, Morocco versus Algeria, and Egypt versus Guinea. So we are going to come back for our feature game here in the quarter-finals, and it has to be another heavyweight clash, doesn't it? Ghana versus Nigeria. Another heavyweight clash here in the African Cup of Nations, this time for the quarter-finals between Ghana and Nigeria, both former winners of the African Cup of Nations itself. Nigeria last won the tournament back in 2013. Ghana haven't won the tournament since 1982, although they've been finalists since that time, but have always come short. It'd be interesting to see if they can actually correct that in this tournament. So we are going to go through the starting 11s for Ghana to start. Ziggy in goal, Achimpong, Salisu, Edu, Osei Tutu in defence, Baba at the base of the midfield, Kudus and Partey in the midfield with Sulemana, Tekpiti on the wings and Jordan Ayew up front. For Nigeria, it's Okoye in goal, Sanusi, Akpaguma, Troost Ekong and Orfi in defence, Simon Obi, Ndidi and Chukwueze in midfield, and Alex Iwobi, I believe, in attacking midfield. Very surprising to see that, and Onuachu as the main man up front. Can Ghana continue their dominant displays here in the knockout rounds of the African Cup of Nations, or will Nigeria be the ones to continue Ghana's poor record at the tournament over the last 30 years? We're going to get a chance here after just 16 minutes for Nigeria. Free kick outside the penalty area, and Chukwueze has put the ball home. A stunning free kick from the Nigerians as they go 1-0 up against Ghana. And it's going to be interesting to see now how Ghana will respond after going 1 goal down after just 16 minutes. Brilliant free kick, by the way. Just had a look at the match stats in between the highlights, and Nigeria have just completely shut out Ghana in the opening 20 odd minutes. No shots whatsoever by the Ghanaians, whereas Nigeria not only have they had the shots on target, but they have actually taken the lead as well, and never mind, because Ghana have just had their first chance and their first goal. 1 chance, 1 goal, that's all they need. Absolutely clinical from the Ghanaians. Just patient build-up here as well. Kudos Ayew as the main man up front, but dropping so deep, allowing Kamaldeen to come in off the left and slot a beautiful ball home with his right foot. I think what we have here is ourselves a classic false 9 play, if you will, from Jordan Ayew. The defence coming so far out to try and cover him off, but they did not see Kamaldeen coming off the left-hand side. In fact, I think it's Sulemana, isn't it? Yeah, Kamaldeen Sulemana. So Sulemana's his surname, but the game's just recognising him as Kamaldeen apparently. Throwing for Nigeria. Orfi. That's like Orfa. Apologies for the bad pronunciation of some of these names, just not very used to pronouncing them. Many of these players I've actually never heard of before. Ndidi, I've heard of him before. Joel Obi. Into Zaidu. Nigeria being very patient with their build-up as they try and play the ball into the middle, and that is a free ball for Chukwueze. And my goodness, he had the freedom of the penalty area there. Ghana just completely lost track of him coming off the right-hand side. They were so focused on what was going on with these two, Zaidu and Simon, on the left-hand side. Chukwueze literally just got left completely on his own on the right-hand side of the penalty box and just slots the ball home as comfortably as you like. 2-1 to Nigeria as they look to be going into half-time very much deservedly in the lead. They've had the chances. The XG doesn't tell the whole story. The chances that they had have been very clinical. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Not much has actually happened in this second half as Nigeria look to be shutting out Ghana as much as possible. The fact that Ghana have not had a shot in this entire second half speaks volumes, and that right there is probably the goal that ends it for Ghana. Their poor run in the competition continues. Despite a dominant performance against Cameroon in the second round, they fall short in the final stages yet again. Akpoguma slotting the ball home to seal the deal possibly for Nigeria, unless Ghana want to have a chance at a very, very late comeback. But it is not to be. Ghana 1, Nigeria 3, Nigeria into the last 4 of the African Cup of Nations. Ghana are on their way home, another poor tournament for them. And so the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations are in the books. As we've seen, Nigeria 3-1 win against Ghana, knocking them out of the tournament, continuing their poor record in the African Cup of Nations. For the other results, Morocco surprisingly holders Algeria, knocking them out 3-0, which means we will have new African champions in this tournament. Mali continuing their impressive run in the tournament, taking Senegal out on penalties after a 1-1 draw. In fact, actually it was a Sabali own goal. 94 minutes. That's particularly bitter for Senegal, bitter pill for them to swallow, unless you're Jurgen Klopp, because you're going to get Sadio Mane back pretty early. He's also going to get Mo Salah back early as well, because Egypt are out. Egypt have fallen to Guinea at the quarterfinals, 3-2. A hat-trick by Idrissa Touré. Who does he currently play for? He's playing for Pisa in Italy in Serie B. I don't think he's going to be playing there for very long. I imagine a few teams will be looking to snap him up in the summer. But this now means we have a semi-final of Nigeria versus Mali, who we will be viewing for our semi-final feature game, and Morocco versus Guinea for a place in the African Cup of Nations final. This is going to be massive for Morocco or Guinea. Morocco are a decent enough African footballing side anyway, but for Guinea, I mean, they're 65th in the world versus a Moroccan side who are 16th. So it's not quite a mismatch, but you would expect Morocco to progress. But you never know. Guinea have clearly got some pedigree about them. They've surprised Egypt. Could they surprise Morocco as well? As for Nigeria and Mali, Nigeria, of course, former winners of the African Cup of Nations, 24th in the world, and they come up against a rising Mali side, joint 37th in the world. Biggest player they have, Yves Bissouma of Brighton Hove Albion, a player with a lot of Premier League experience over the last few years and almost ever present in the Brighton side. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to lead them to potential African Cup of Nations glory. And here we go, folks. It is the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations, Nigeria versus Mali, for a place in the final. Nigeria, as mentioned, previously won the tournament back in 2013. Mali have never won it. I need to double check that, so check that in post-edit before I put that out. But let's quickly go through the starting 11 for both nations. For Nigeria, Okoye in goal, Sanusi, Akpoguma, Ajayi and Aina in defence, Simon, Onyeka, Ndidi and Chukwueze in midfield. Iheanacho restored to the starting 11 up front alongside Osimhen, who we already know he's rising star. He's 23 years old now, but he's certainly one of Europe's leading strikers as it is. He's obviously playing for Napoli at the moment. £64 million he went to them for. I didn't realise it was actually that much, but he's certainly a player a lot of people know about, certainly on the European stage. Samasa in goal, Kone, Kiki Kuyate, Toure and Sako at the back, Samaseku in defensive midfield with Koulibaly and Camara in midfield, Jenepo Diaby on the wings with Marega up front as the sole striker. So no Bissouma for Mali in this one, unless he's on the bench. We'll have a look at Mali's bench in a moment, but obviously a lot of games are played in quick succession in these tournaments, so obviously a lot of players will need a break, and that looks like a very harsh penalty for Nigeria to give away, and Mali have a chance of an early lead here. It looked like a clean tackle, but yet again, dodgy refereeing decision? Maybe, but Mali's not going to care. They've just taken the lead. Diaby slots it home from the spot, and Mali 1-0 up against the previous champions of Africa. Could they seal a place in the final for the first time? Surely it'd be a great moment for African football if Mali were to insert themselves among the heavyweight African footballing elite. But Nigeria might have something to say about that with the quality they have on show in their squad. A ball forward there, but it finds nobody up front, as Mali look very comfortable as it stands at the early stages of this game, just passing the ball around at the back before lumping it forward, and Nigeria do regain possession. Simon into Osimhen. Simon is through here. Oh, was that a save, or did that hit the bar? I couldn't tell. It's not just a lag that you're seeing on the screen, it's actually my computer not able to keep up with shots like that. And Janepo's just gone down injured. He might actually be going off here. He's taken quite a knock, but it looks like he's continuing on for the moment, so I'm going to guess they're hoping that he will be absolutely fine. Ajayi brings the ball forward for Nigeria, plays it through to Osimhen, and Osimhen has scored. Is that offside though? A little hint of offside. But no, the referee is going to allow it. The linesman has kept the flag down. Nigeria are level. 25 minutes gone. It is 1-1. All to play for. Nigeria do indeed have something to say about Mali trying to book a spot in the final, because Nigeria want that spot themselves. It's been 9 years since they're the champions of Africa, and they want to correct that as soon as possible. 50,000 on hand, by the way, for this match. Fantastic turnout for both sides here today as we head towards half time. You can sense actually a lot of the fans are Mali fans. It'd be interesting to see what the other side of the stadium looks like. But what a goal by Iheanacho. Don't know what happened to the writing down here, but he almost rounds the keeper. The Nigeria fans are ecstatic, and Nigeria have turned it around very well. 2-1. Just that turn of pace by Iheanacho, who just left the Mali defence for dead. And it looks like the enforced break that he had from the quarter-final has done Iheanacho the world of good. Nigeria 2, Mali 1. Could be a chance for one more highlight here before the break. It's just the pace of Nigeria. They have absolutely dominated Mali going forward here. And a penalty has been given. Osimhen to step up. Hits the post, and he can't touch it because it hasn't touched the goalkeeper. Very unlucky for Nigeria. And will Mali see that as a sign that they could yet get back into this game in the second half? It's 2-1 Nigeria at half time, but it could have been so different had that penalty gone in. You'd argue had that gone in, it could have been game over for Mali. Janepo has actually gone off for Mali, it's worth noting. Looks like he did take a knock which couldn't allow him to last until the end of the game, and Nigeria just hit the post again. So unlucky. It has been domination now by Nigeria. They're well ahead on the XG as well. On shots, both shots overall and on target. It's crazy. Mali just taking their time, trying to find an opening, despite the fact that Nigeria have been all over them in this game overall. The turn of pace and the clinical shooting. Mali are still in this. Nigeria have hit the post twice, and there is Simon bursting through. Mali can't live with the pace. And great recovery there. Who was that? I honestly don't know who that was. It was one of the centre backs or right back. It could have been Sacco for all I know. Making a great recovery there, as Mali are yet again forced to clear another opportunity for the Nigerians. The scoreline doesn't reflect exactly how much Nigeria have been very potent up front, as Osimhen just running into a blind alley there. He had... Who is that on the right hand side? Chukwueze was free on the right hand side, but he wasn't seen. There is Ezebu taking the ball down the right. Chukwueze back to Ezebu, linking up well here on the right hand side, but it just looks like Mali have cut them out very well. They might have to regroup, start again, try and find some space maybe on the other side. Ndidi, but trying to find a space. There's Osimhen, and that should be that. No goal. The goal was indeed disallowed for offside. I thought Ndidi had timed that perfectly to Osimhen, but apparently not. Might not make a difference because Mali don't really have much of a response. Their defence just can't live with the pace of Nigeria, and that might be that. Oh no, could be chance for one more. Surely not. Samaseko into Camera. Surely not. And Camera spurns Mali's last chance. And Nigeria will just look to waste the time now, just wear down the clock, and book their place in the African Cup of Nations final, where they look to win their first African title again since 2013. Ezebu just holding the ball, just absolute time wasting now. Do not blame the Nigerians, to be honest. I would do the exact same thing. And that is that. Nigeria, it has been total domination. Just look at the XG. They could have and should have won by more if it wasn't for the woodwork. Nigeria 2, Mali 1. Mali's great run in the competition comes to an end, except for the third place playoff, which we will not be viewing. But Nigeria booked themselves into the African Cup of Nations final. And so the semi-finals have been completed. We've seen Nigeria beat Mali 2-1, and in the other semi-final, their opponents into the African Cup of Nations final is Morocco. As expected, they beat Guinea 3-0. Guinea's fairy tale run comes to an end, and they will play against Mali in the third place playoff, which we will not see. We will, however, be back for Nigeria versus Morocco in the African Cup of Nations 2021 in 2022 final. And so it has come down to this, the final of the African Cup of Nations 2021 in 2022. Nigeria versus Morocco, the Super Eagles versus the Atlas Lions. In the third place playoff that happened earlier in the day, we didn't see the match because no one cares about the third place playoff. Mali won 1-0 against Guinea, so they have achieved, I'm going to guess that's their highest finish in the African Cup of Nations in their history. So as far as Mali go, their progression continues very, very nicely thanks to Morega's 56-minute winner. We're going to get into this match now as the two nations arrive onto the field for this, the African Cup of Nations final. Who will walk away the champions of 2021 in 2022? I'm just going to keep repeating that. Right, we're going to go through the starting 11s. We're going to start with the away side. Well, they're both away sides, but we're going to start with Morocco. Bunu in goal, Massina, Fedel, Agwards and Mazraoui, apologies again for the pronunciation, in defence. Amrabat, N Amrabat, S Amrabat, I don't know if they're brothers. Fajar and Boufal in midfield, with Hakim Ziyech in attacking midfield behind El Arabi as the sole striker. For Nigeria, Okoye in goal, Sanusi, Ajayi, Troost Ekong and Ezibu, there we go. In defence, Iwobi, Obi, Etebo and Chukwueze in midfield, Aribo as the attacking midfielder behind Onuachu as the sole striker. Kelechi Iheanacho appears to have dropped to the bench. If we just confirm that, yes, he's on the bench. He's quite fresh, so I don't know why he's not actually playing, but I'm going to guess there's a reason to Nigeria's methods for why they've put Iheanacho on the bench. El Arabi getting the ball forward, Amrabat. Well, Amrabat with the ball into Ziyech, and that is an early goal for Morocco. They take the lead after just 7 minutes. Hakim Ziyech coming up with the goods. I'm going to assume he's still at Chelsea, so I'm going to go with the Chelsea playmaker. Has come up trumps for Morocco. And I really should have looked up before this game. Have Morocco won the African Cup of Nations? This is where a good commentator would actually do some research. So this is something I need to do in edit. So far, so looking good for Morocco as we are over halfway through the first half. A very breezy 33 degrees, if there is such a thing, but then I guess that's probably mild weather, as it is in Africa. Certainly, well, this is during the winter, so I don't know, southern hemisphere, so I'm going to guess this is like their summer, effectively. But regardless, we go in at half-time 1-0, and it has been, so far, it looks like domination, if anything, by Morocco. 9 shots, 3 on target, and that 1 goal, with an XG of just over 1. Compared to Nigeria, who have shown absolutely nothing. Hakim Ziyech has had a fantastic final thus far, but have Nigeria got a response? Here they are, playing very, very high up the field, so pretty much just pressing in the entire Morocco half at the moment. Azibu plays the ball over to Aribo, who skies it well over. That should have been on target at the very minimum. Realistically, should have been back of the net, but Nigeria keeps searching for that elusive equaliser. Hakim Ziyech has indeed gone off for Adel Taarabt, who is, I'm amazed he's still playing international football at this level. I thought he'd actually retired quite a while ago. Is that the same Adel Taarabt? I'm going to have a look at that when possible. But if it is, he could could be having a African Cup of Nations victory in the twilight of his career. I had actually thought he had retired quite a while ago. Messina, Tarat, El Arabi playing very deep for the striker. Fajar. Morocco just being very patient with their build-up, seeing what they can build. Amrabat. Mazy dribble into the inside. El Arabi very deep again, but he's getting forward here, and he's just hit the post. He could have maybe ciphered that in, but it's not the case. Amrabat just misses. My goodness, very good recovery save by Okoye. Very, very close for Morocco to be sealing this match and sealing the African Cup of Nations. The previous final simulations that we have done have usually gone to extra time. Is that going to be the case in this match here? Can Nigeria find themselves a last minute equaliser? And to be fair, there's still 6 minutes to go. If they do find an equaliser now, they have time to actually go ahead and win this, unless Morocco just seal the deal. But they have come closest so far to scoring again. Amrabat into Tarat. They've just looked much more fluid, much more in control compared to the Super Eagles. And Amrabat is through here, and good save by Okoye. It is a corner to Morocco. Is there a goal here that just seals the deal for Morocco? Belhanda with the corner, and it is high and wide. It is wide. It's not high and wide, it's just wide in this case. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Messina. Is there one last chance for Nigeria? Ajayi tries to win the ball back, but to no avail. Amrabat kept hold of it. Amrabat into Tarat. El Arabi. Morocco just carving Nigeria in half here defensively, and that is a fantastic way to seal the match and seal the African Cup of Nations. Morocco just carving Nigeria open. They found the space on the right hand side. Good ball into the middle, and Belhanda with the shot, but it was saved. El Arabi, a poacher's instinct to make it 2-0 to Morocco, and more than likely seal a fantastic Cup of Nations win. We haven't seen Morocco at all in this tournament. We've been focused more heavily on Nigeria and Ghana and nations like them for the heavyweight clashes. And there is Aina, and again, could not find the back of the net. That's been the problem for Nigeria. Any chances they've had, they just haven't made the most of them. Very deserved victory for Morocco, and dare I say, a very impressive one, to say the least, against the African heavyweight giant that is Nigeria. Nigeria fall yet again at the final hurdle. They did, I believe, to Zambia in 2012, before winning it in 2013. They have fallen here in 2022. So is that a foreshadowing? Could they win it in 2023? We will have to find out at the next AFCON simulation, because it is Morocco's time. It is Morocco's trophy. It is Morocco's competition. They are the African Cup of Nations winners in 2021, in 2022. That's going to get confusing very, very quickly. The confetti falls, the celebrations begin, and Morocco will take home a deserved victory here today, and a deserved trophy. The stats speak for themselves. A 2.48 XG. They just dominated Nigeria effectively from the start of the match. Nigeria tried to fight their way back in, but clearly Morocco were on song. Special mention actually to Hakim Ziyech, who had a fantastic match, and maybe even a fantastic tournament. If we just quickly go through some of the player stats in this tournament. So, top goal scorer and the golden boot for the African Cup of Nations, Victor Osimhen from Napoli. The Nigerian striker who plays at Napoli. 23 years old, and safe to say he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's bagged the golden boot, 5 goals in this tournament. So in fact, joint with Kelechi Iheanacho. So Nigeria actually had the 2 top scorers in the tournament, but they didn't play either of them in the final. We saw Iheanacho was not injured. Osimhen might have been injured. No, he's not. A little jaded, could do with the rest. Okay. Very puzzling, and I'll be surprised if the Nigerian coach keeps his job in that case, because there's going to be a lot of questions asked over him. En-Nesyri, Morocco striker, has bagged 5 goals as well. So really, there's 3 of them who have drawn the golden boot. Unless there's any more on 5. Nope, it's just those 3. So Morocco technically claim a golden boot as well as the entire tournament. Fantastic news for them. The best player in the entire tournament in terms of average rating, Naby Keita for Guinea. Guinea reached the semi-finals, so well done to them. 4th place finish for the Guinean nation. They will be very, very happy with their performance in this tournament. Assists-wise, Hakim Ziyech, he actually bags the goal in the final, but 5 assists in the whole tournament. Very well done to him, and yes, he is still at Chelsea, so definitely a Chelsea playmaker right there. 5 assists for him in this tournament. He'll be very, very happy with his performance overall. Morocco's Bouna as well, or Bounau, who I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced his name correctly. What's that? 5 clean sheets in the tournament. Absolutely fantastic. And what was there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goodness me. 5 clean sheets in 7 matches. Very well done to the Moroccan goalkeeper. At 30 years old as well. Goalkeepers can go quite long in their careers, so certainly he could be enjoying a very fruitful peak period of his career, if you will. But that is it for the African Cup of Nations Simulation 2021 in 2022. That'll be the last time, hopefully, I'll be saying that. And your champions are indeed Morocco. They will defend the trophy in the Ivory Coast, who will host the next African Cup of Nations in 2023. And we look forward to that tournament with anticipation. Will Nigeria get redemption for their near miss in the final? Or Morocco defend their title with honour and go back to back? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed the first tournament simulation of Football Manager 2022. We will be back with the 2022 World Cup, hopefully not too far from now, so keep an eye out for when the simulation will be dropping on the channel. Now, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button for more simulations coming up on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.